I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also their new live-action animated Star Wars TV shows to arrive on Disney Plus by Disney and Lucasfilm. And let's not forget about their new Star Wars trilogy of films, also known as the fourth Star Wars trilogy. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now trying their absolute best to really reunite the Star Wars fans around the world, to create a better future for the Star Wars fandom, and to really make Star Wars as successful as it really can be. Now, if we look back at December of 2017, this was a very big month, because this was the very month in which the division between the Star Wars fans was actually taking place because of what Rian Johnson did with the character of Luke Skywalker and what he did with Star Wars The Last Jedi. So, with that being said, we do know that George Lucas, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni are all on board to really create something better for the Star Wars fans to look forward to. They're bringing back Star Wars Legends. They are creating new, authentic stories. They are going to be doing incredible, unique things for the Star Wars brand moving forward. Now, on top of all of this, alright, everything related to what John, George, and Dave are doing and what they're trying to push with Disney Plus and the new Star Wars movies, what's really intriguing all has to do with writer and director Rian Johnson of The Last Jedi and the Star Wars fans in general. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are now focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films when it comes to their new Star Wars universe that will introduce a brand new mythology to Star Wars fans around the world. It's explained that behind the scenes, many changes are being made to the Star Wars franchise with new creatives coming on board, such as Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and George Lucas. It's explained that during and after the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker, many interviews were given to the creators of the sequel trilogy, where eventually director Rian Johnson was questioned about The Last Jedi and The Last Jedi backlash from fans, to which he was able to state that he never intended to create such a divide within the Star Wars community and to create such negativity, and that if he was responsible for that, then he is sorry and sorry to the fans directly. Johnson continued to state that he was only doing what any filmmaker would have done with a massive franchise like Star Wars, and that was to think outside the box. Johnson continued to say that he still supports and loves what he did with The Last Jedi, and believes that for the most part, the vocal fans are still just a minority, and that he is sorry if he caused any kind of division between fans to the point where they feel embarrassed to admit if they like The Last Jedi or not. Kathleen Kennedy, however, still stands by her actions with The Last Jedi as well. Here's the thing about Rian Johnson, is that this entire scenario seems as if he's not actually sorry. Well, let's not forget about that famous interview that a lot of fans uncovered where he was talking about how he actually loves to see a movie in which there is a division where you have a lot of fans coming out who hate it and a lot of fans coming out who actually love it. He actually likes that, and he said that on camera. And you can see exactly how he applied that concept and made The Last Jedi a very controversial movie on purpose. I think it really was on purpose, to be quite honest with you guys. I mean, I really can't understand anybody like Rian Johnson who claims he's a hardcore Star Wars fan and loves Star Wars overall would do such a thing to Luke. Now, again, if you guys like how Luke was treated in The Last Jedi, that is fine. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody always has their own views on any movie or piece of music out there, whatever, any kind of art. You know, everybody has their own opinion, that's fine. But there's no denying that a large chunk of the Star Wars fandom is very much divided and against over what Rian Johnson had done. I mean, there's proof, you know, there's a lot of fans out there expressing their opinions on the internet and, of course, on actual television. Even the actors and the actresses, some of which that were involved, even editors of The Last Jedi even claimed that, you know, they weren't all that happy with how it turned out to be in comparison to past Star Wars projects. So there's really no denying that it was a very big movie that had a lot of issues going on with it. I don't think Rian really knew what he was doing, but as far as, you know, him being sorry over the division, that's, I think, just a very subpar apology where it's not genuine per se. Let's not forget that he still believes that the vocal fans are still a minority, and in reality they're not. I mean, let's just think about this for a second, right? This movie would have gotten so much more money at the box office if people saw this movie more. There were far less repeat viewings than that of The Force Awakens, than that of Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. Repeat viewings, of course. How many people bought the ticket over and over? So, with that being said, guys, let me know what you think about Rian Johnson and this entire situation, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.